Walk, walk, talk, talk, walk, walk.
How many memories does this bring back? New York City was the birthplace of hip-hop. And what started out as an underground movement in the Bronx would soon turn into a global phenomenon.
All right, and to honor the historical importance of hip-hop music and culture, it's only fitting that the Universal Hip-Hop Museum will break ground in the Bronx next December.
And we are honored and thrilled to have hip-hop pioneers. Curtis Blow is with us and Rocky Bucano here with us to tell us about a new, very special project. Gentlemen, how are you? How long was this in the works? Hip-Hop Museum.
We've been at it for about 6 years now. And it's a dream that's really looking like reality is very, very, very close.
But you start with a pop-up museum. What's going to be in it?
So the pop-up is basically going to tell the origins of hip-hop and give an expanded view of how hip-hop came to be in the development of the culture back in 1973, and then also give people a glimpse of like what the future museum is going to be like.
Nice. Curtis, did you donate anything personally to the museum?
Oh yes, we have all kinds of stuff.
Like what? What did you give from your days back in the day?
I have. Well, I'm thinking about giving up the first certified gold record for hip hop, which is a song called "The Breaks."
I know that little song. Wait, brakes on the bus, brakes on the car, brakes to make you a superstar.
Who are some of the other artists also that are joining
We have things like lyrics from Tupac that were never published, and we have like sound systems donated from great DJs like
the Disco Twins, and Tony Crush from
Tony Crush, and just loads and loads and loads of donations have been coming and pouring in from artists all around the world.
from Snoop Dogg.
Really? Oh, that's cool. So, okay, you're going to do a pop-up first, just to kind of get everybody's appetite wet.
Excited.
Okay.
And where's that going to be located?
That's going to be at the Bronx Terminal Market, which is right across from the location where we're going to be located, which is called the Bronx Point, in the Mott Haven section of the Bronx. So there's a big mall called the Bronx Terminal Market, and we're working with Karen Orster and the Orster Agency and related developers, who are basically the management company for that mall where the pop-up is going to be.
So our address is 65 East 149th Street, where the actual museum is going to be, but we'll be right across the street at the Bronx Terminal Market.
So what do you do? Do you need tickets? Can you just walk in? What's the story?
So the pop-up will open in May, June. We're working with Microsoft and Ralph Alpert, my associates and our architects, Hamilton Anderson, to create the experience for the origins of hip-hop. And then people will basically be able to come for free. We're not going to be charging.
What?
Yeah.
That's so wonderful.
Awesome.
So how large is the permanent museum slated to be?
50,000 square feet.
Really?
Yeah.
And what will you have, like an experience that also people can aside from seeing artifacts and part of the hip-hop world, and will there be an experience for people to take in?
We actually are big on interaction.
Okay.
Especially with the kids, with the Board of Education. Big shout out to all of my friends out there. But things like where kids can come and DJ, or they can actually record a song.
Learn how to scratch.
They can learn how to scratch. They can actually do graffiti on a board, and then it will come up on a big screen or big billboard outside of the museum. Things like that. Using technology and interaction.
Will there be any a musical experience? You think you'll ever do any concerts there?
We're going to have a theater inside the museum that's going to seat 200 people. It's not a big theater, but we'll have artists do small performances, talk about their own contributions to the culture, talk about their albums and their songs, talk about their lifestyle. We're celebrating the 5 elements of hip-hop, so it's DJing, breakdancing, the MCs and the graffiti artists, and of course people who work behind the scenes in the music business.
From a historical point, what did hip-hop give us?
Wow, hip-hop gave us the actual authority and the opportunity opportunity to express ourselves. It's communications. It's the epitome of communications. Like I've said that, you know, hip hop is like public speaking on steroids.
And it's evolved, obviously, over the years, Rocky, right?
Absolutely. I mean, hip hop has become woven into every part of today's modern society. Films, television, fashion, politics.
By the way, it's mainstream.
It's mainstream.
Yeah, it's totally mainstream. Curtis Blow, Rocky Buchanan, we look forward to this pop-up. So what, May, you said? Did you say May?
May.
All right.
So we're working out the actual dates.
Keep an
now.
eye on it.
I'm
Make
sure
sure we
we'll
do
come
some
visit.
coverage.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you so
Great
much.
to have you with us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, come on.
And then I remember back when we had the anniversary meeting of the minds, you know, like 10 years, 15 years ago, back when we were coming, and we were discussing about documenting hip-hop history in the museum. And like I said, I've noticed how now it is actually looking like it's happening. People have been coming together and they've been raising funds. So Curtis Blow said he raised $84 million from wherever. And I'm just saying, it's a good thing. But I remember when it's good to see after what the nation have been through over the years, over the last actually 4 years or so, it's still consolidating. So what would you say is the state of what's happening?
Okay, very carefully, I want anyone who's doing any museum or any museum quality thing, shh. Anyone who's doing anything, sorry bro. Anyone who's doing anything with a museum, listen carefully. In order to fill your museum, you have to be filled it with real imagery from real people who are at the real culture. Make fucking sure they get paid, okay? And you could have these glamorous motherfucking museums, which is wonderful. I'm excited, I'm thrilled to be in them. But I gotta get that paper too. If they got a picture of Andy Warhol telephone with a banana on it and that's worth 35 million, well, you damn well better put something in my pocket, because I ain't playing that shit, all right? Because once you divide yourself from the creators, the progenitors, the builders and the pioneers of the ones who sacrificed their life, their time, their blood, their sweat, coming out here with that auto-tune, sit down and shut the fuck up, all right? That goes for all y'all. And you're pretty. Big deal. My dog is pretty. And she ain't trying to do a rap out. Anybody in Toronto. And on levels that other people don't even know about. He came to me, didn't know me, came humble, stepped to me, came correct, brought me out to his people, let me do my thing, and was gracious. And now, I can't believe 7 years have passed like that. From 2012 to 2019. And we're both still here. Presidents, kings, even countries are gone. And we're still here. So, peace.
Walk, talk, toss, walk, stop, rock, walk. Yo, B-boy Drinks the style, ready to rock, represent.